So what we're going to do in this short video is just show you how we collect GDPR topic preferences for new customer prospects, and also how we would then subsequently update those topic preferences if they wish to make a change in the future. So first and foremost, once you fill out the basic details with the customer's name, surname, and postcode, the system will normally flick up just the customer, what's the actual sort of street number or street name. So in a second, here we go, Inquiry Max wakes up, we can now obviously give it a little click. So we'll click on number 9, and in goes the information. So let's just put in a couple of sort of pre-filled fields that I've kind of done from earlier on. So let's just select that. If I can remember my mobile phone number, that'll be the one. That'll be good. So now I'm ready to go. So what will happen is it will actually move me on to these preferences here as soon as I click the next button. And so this is where obviously it will ask us what our the preferences will be for Marshall. It would also, in some brands, ask us to collate the ones for the brand, like BMW, Nissan, Mini. But this is just Marshall for the minute. So we'll click next, and here we go. This is all of our privacy information. And once this gets sent to the client, which I'll explain how you do that in a minute, you can see here data. Once this is sent to the customer, it shows how they can unsubscribe completely. So that's no worries at all. Here are the little channels by which we can market them, and we need to make sure they're comfortable with each of these. So if the customer's happy with email, we can click it individually, or if they are happy with them all, we can click yes to all. But if, for example, this is really obvious, they didn't want to receive post, we can just click on the no, or if they don't want to receive anything, it's no to all. But we'll go yes to all for the minute. Now, the narrative, we just really want to make sure that they're okay, that we periodically do send them information, offers, promotions, that kind of stuff. If you are stuck in terms of what to say, there is a narrative underneath that I. But it is quite weighty. There is quite a lot of information there, but you're more than welcome to read it out. We still can't click save yet because we need to record the method by which we took this information. So I'm going to pretend that I took it face to face, and it is absolutely business essential that we click email copy to customer, because this will really confirm the date and the time that they've agreed to these preferences. So if there's any confusion down the line that they didn't believe that they'd opted in, there's no reason that should be the case, but then we can at least have a date and a time where we did send them a letter saying they could opt out. So we're going to click on the little tick here, click on the save, and what it then does is it clicks us into the inquiry itself. In other words, what car is it that the customer's interested in? So I'm going to put in a temporary car, only because I want to show you how to make adjustments in the future. If, for example, this customer wanted to remove one of the preferences that they'd originally selected. So now that I've selected the car against the customer's data, that would now move this entire inquiry into an active prospect. So now that that's all saved, if I go back to my daily log, we should be able to see that customer in the bottom. Which one did I do? I can't remember now. I think it was this one. Here we are, Glenn Hughes. So let's just say that Glenn has now phoned up after a couple of weeks, and he's unhappy that we keep phoning him up, but he said he is happy that we can, update him by email and post. I think straight away, whenever customers want amendments made to preferences, we can update it in Inquiry Max, which I'm going to show you how to do, particularly when you get a new inquiry. But it is also really important that we email this here. So if I just put this up on the screen, data@marshall.co.uk, because obviously we have more than one system what this eventually funnels into. We've got CDK Drive, we've got BCA, we've got loads and loads of systems that we collate data from. and we just need to make sure that the customer is, off all of it. It isn't just one system, because otherwise we'll annoy them. So if we want to make an adjustment to Glenn, we just click into Glenn right now, and it takes us in, and you will see just here contact details. So if I click the drop down to the contact details, you can see all of the methods we've got to speak to them. But we're going to click on the pencil, which is the edit. So as soon as we tap on that, it will give us two options: contact details, that's just to update their email address and phone numbers, and marshal mode to GDPR, give that a click, and this is where we make the amendments. You'll see here, this is the date and the time and everything that we captured the last lot of information. And it shows, I'm the dummy salesperson called offer sheet 13, for what that's worth. If we click on the view button, it actually shows what those preferences were. And that was what was sent to the customer and the date and the time. So I'm going to close that, and I'm now going to pretend that this customer is happy with email, not happy with phone, and happy with the rest. I want to make sure I email that I've updated those, particularly if this is a new inquiry of the same customer. Then I click the save. As soon as I do that, what happens is a bit further down, it will now re-record. That's the second version of which I've captured that customer's details. So underneath that little view button, you can see there it's got no for phone. And that is how you update it on Inquiry Map. But please understand that if they've phoned in just out of the blue wanting an amendment made, the process is that they click on the data at marshall.co.uk and send it to them directly. Other than that, thank you for watching.